15 minutes before the treatment. Place the 42 hot stones in the heating device as indicated in your guide and set the thermostat to 57 degrees Celsius maximum. Place the 7 cold stones in the freezer, icebox, or ice bucket. Now the treatment can begin. Ask your client to lie down on his or her back. Remove 14 medium stones from the heating device and dry them. Ask your client to sit up. Locate the paravertebral grooves. Place a cotton towel on the back of the chair and place 12 medium stones opposite each other. Cover the stones with a second cotton towel. Important, the stones should not be placed directly under the spinal column. Ask your client to lie down. Cover your client with a cotton sheet and place the 2 remaining medium stones on either side of the trapezius, between the sheet and the towel. Make sure your client is comfortable. Place a cushion under the knees and behind the neck if necessary. Place some emulsion concentrate pure with essential oils of lavender, geranium, rosemary, thyme, and cypress in your hands. Using simultaneous movements, smooth your hands over the client's face and invite him or her to breathe in the fragrance. Next, place a hot compress soaked in phytoban on the décolleté, face, and neck. Now you can cleanse, remove makeup from the face and neck with one of the Yonka Cleanser's makeup removers, lotion, cream, or gel. Then spray on the lotion for dry skin or normal to oily skin and apply a quarter of a vial of Yonka serum. Finish this introductory phase by placing the hot compress soaked in a quarter cupful of phytoban on the feet. Massage the feet through the compress. Stimulate the entire body by applying simultaneous pressure along the sides of the body, working from the feet up to the hands. Ask the client to take 3 deep breaths and accompany each exhalation with a wave stomach massage. You should now place 6 hot stones on the client, from the bottom of the stomach to the middle of the forehead. as well as another in each hand. For the choice of stones, see guide. Uncover the top of the body and slide a cotton towel over the thorax and stomach. Place 5 stones from the bottom of the stomach to the top of the sternum. Cover the client with the sheet. Place the 6th stone on the middle of the forehead and place 1 round stone in each hand. Remove 5 medium stones from the heating device and 8 mini stones. Place them on the chair. Apply the warm huile corps 1, 2, or 3 to both feet. For the bottom of the feet, take 1 of the medium stones and hold it between your hands to warm them up. Put the stone back on the chair. Your palms are now warm. Place them on the sole of each foot and press lightly. Pick up the medium stone again. Place it on the sole of the left foot and press down gently but firmly. Continue applying pressure around the sole of the foot. Finish with a sweeping motion from the heel to the tips of the toes. Turn the stone over and repeat the same movements on the other foot. For the top of the feet, take the mini stones one after the other. With each stone, apply sliding pressure strokes from the space between the toes over the top of the foot along the spaces between the bones. Use gentle return strokes and finish by placing each stone between the toes. Wrap the foot in a towel. Repeat with other foot. Uncover the left side of the body and apply the warm huile corps generously to the body. Take the left foot in your left hand. Hold a medium stone in your right hand and move it back and forth with sliding motions around the inner malleolus. Change hands, and with the other medium stone, repeat the same motions around the outer malleolus. With the same stones held firmly in both hands, press more or less firmly with long, slow sweeping strokes from the ankle to the knee. Then apply simultaneous circular strokes. Followed by light, circular, alternating sweeping strokes on the inner side of the leg. Finish with a long sweeping stroke over the entire leg to unify the different parts. Then place 1 of the stones under the Achilles tendon. Place the other stone in the heating device. Place the 2 remaining medium stones on the chair and work simultaneously around the knee. Work back and forth 3 to 4 times. With the same stones, proceed with the directions for the left leg. Use long, slow, sweeping strokes. Simultaneous circular sweeping strokes. Alternating sweeping strokes. Finish with a long, final smoothing movement to unify the entire area. Then place one of the stones under the knee. Place the other stone in the heating device. Remove 3 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Remove the round stone from the client's hand and put it back in the heating device. Take one of the medium stones and place it in the palm of the client's hand. Press gently yet firmly in the center of the hand. Then apply light pressure around the palm. Finish with a smoothing movement from the wrist to the fingertips. Turn the hand over and, using the same stone, apply sliding pressure to the areas between the bones up to the middle of the wrist. Finish by leaving the stone in the palm of the client's hand. Continue the massage with the 2 medium stones set on the chair. Repeat the same movements used on the legs and thighs. Long, slow, sweeping strokes. Simultaneous circular sweeping strokes. Alternating sweeping strokes. Then, put the stones back in the heating device. Uncover the other half of the body. Apply warm oil generously and proceed as you did with the left side. Take 2 medium and 2 oval stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Remove the stones placed on the forehead, top of sternum, and trapezius, and put them back in the heating device. Apply 1/4 of a vial of Yonca serum to the face, neck, nape of neck, and décolleté. Take 2 medium stones and simultaneously smooth them over the skin, from the shoulder along the inside of the upper arm. Work back up the outside of the arm to the nape of the neck and the occipital base, 3 times in a row. Return to the middle of the décolleté and apply light pressure 4 times on the décolleté, from the center toward the back of the arm, in tension-prone areas. Finish with a sliding, smoothing movement along the outside of the arm and put the stones back in the heating device. Take 2 oval stones and glide them over the neck using long, alternating movements. And then the face, from the chin to the forehead, working symmetrically. Finish by sliding the stones very gently around the face down to the area under the chin. Then smooth over the sides of the chin and around the lips. Work upwards, symmetrically and slowly, from the base of the nose to the base of the eyebrows. Follow the eyebrows and smooth the eye area. Use outward circles over crow's feet. Move gently back toward the base of the nostrils and apply light pressure along the malar bone. Move slightly up to the middle of the forehead. Then apply alternating movements from the base of the forehead to the hairline. Then glide symmetrically along the hairline to the area behind the ears, the occipital base, and the nape of the neck, then along the trapezius down to the back of the arm. Put the 2 oval stones back in the heating device. Massage the scalp without using a stone. Remove 2 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Remove the stones placed on the cardiac plexus and solar plexus, the subumbilical region, and stomach. Keep 1 large stone at hand and put the others back in the heating device. Uncover the client's stomach and apply warm wheel core. Take the large stone again and apply clockwise smoothing movements. Then, apply circular pressure around the navel. Finish with smoothing movements and put the stone back in the heating device. Take the two medium stones and work over the waste using simultaneous movements and then alternating movements. Finish with a simultaneous movement. Remove the stones placed under the knees and ankles and between the toes. Use this opportunity to massage the feet down to the tips of the toes. Remove the stones from the client's feet and put them back in the heating device. Ask the client to take 3 deep breaths once again. Help the client to sit up and then remove the 12 stones placed on the chair and put them back in the heating device. Your client turns over. For the client's comfort, place a cushion under his or her stomach and feet. Cover the client with a cotton sheet. Remove 7 stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Apply slow, gentle, symmetric pressure from the feet to the hands to renew contact with the client. Fold back the sheet and slide a cotton towel onto the back. Place 5 stones, starting at the sacrum at the top of the back and 1 stone in the palm of each hand. Then cover the client. Remove 6 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Apply warm Wilco to both feet. and place one medium stone on the sole of each foot. Apply light pressure to both feet, and at the same time, leave stones on the feet. Work on one foot after the other, beginning with the left foot. Using the flat side of the stone, apply light yet firm pressure on the sole of the foot, and then on the area around it. Then, glide the stone from the heel to the tips of the toes to unify the different parts of the foot. Place the stone on the sole of the foot. Repeat these steps with the other foot. Apply a generous amount of warm whirlpool to the left side of the body. Take 2 of the medium stones placed on the chair and apply back and forth simultaneous sliding movements around the inner and outer malleoli. With the same stones, apply long, slow, simultaneous smoothing movements with more or less applied pressure, working from the ankle to the back of the knee, then circular smoothing movements, and alternating light, circular smoothing movements inside the leg. Unify the different areas of the leg by using long, smoothing movements and place one of the stones under the ankle. With 2 medium stones, repeat the same movements as on the legs. In other words, long, slow, simultaneous smoothing movements with more or less applied pressure. Circular smoothing movements and alternating light, circular smoothing movements inside the thigh. Unify the different areas by using long, smoothing movements. Remove 3 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Remove the round stone from the client's hand and replace it with a medium stone. Using the flat side of the stone, apply light yet firm pressure in the center of the palm and then around the palm. Using the side of the stone, apply circular movements around the palm. To unify the different areas of the hand, slide the stone from the base of the palm to the fingertips. Place the stone in the client's palm. Continue the massage with 2 new medium stones, repeating the same movements used on the legs and thighs. In other words, long, slow, simultaneous smoothing movements with more or less applied pressure. Circular smoothing movements. alternating, light, circular smoothing movements inside the forearm and the arm. Use long, smoothing movements to unify the different areas of the upper arm. Repeat steps used for left side. Remove 2 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Remove the stones placed on the spinal column. With right hand on the sacrum and left hand between the shoulders, apply a gentle rocking movement. Apply a generous amount of warm wheel curl from the nape of the neck to the small of the back. Place the 2 medium stones on each side of the 7th cervical vertebra. Slide both stones simultaneously along the paravertebral muscles until you reach the small of the back. Continue with circular movements toward the outer sides of the body. Work upwards, lightly sliding the stones until you reach the 7th cervical vertebra. Repeat these movements 3 times in a row. Once again, glide along the paravertebral muscles until you reach the small of the back toward the outer sides of the body. Slowly move upward with the stones fitted snugly in the palms of your hands, with fingers slightly curved. Move along the ribs. Work back down and up again until you reach the 7th cervical vertebra, always moving along the ribs. Allow the stones to glide over the skin without applying pressure. Remove 2 medium stones from the heating device and place them on the chair. Using the 2 medium stones, glide them back and forth 3 times over the occipital base at the tip of the shoulders, gradually applying light to firm pressure. Use alternating movements from the edge of the left shoulder to the occipital base, then from the edge of the right shoulder to the occipital base. Important: do not work over the spinal column. Then apply circular pressure along the trapezius from the first dorsal to the outside of the arm. Apply light, smoothing return movements until reaching the first dorsal. Finish working over the trapezius with sliding back and forth movements from the occipital base to the tip of the shoulders on both sides at the same time. Remove 2 medium stones from the heating device and place them below the shoulder blades. Then slide the stones simultaneously around each shoulder blade. Smooth over this area using alternating movements and unify the entire zone by simultaneously sliding the stones around each shoulder blade. Important: do not move the stones over the shoulder blades. Apply drawn-out pressure on paravertebral muscles with the 2 oval stones from the first dorsal to the sacrum. Using light movements, work up each side of the spinal column to the nape of the neck, along the trapezius to the outside of the arms. The back massage is almost finished. Now, place a warm, damp towel over the entire back. Over the towel, apply simultaneous pressure from the small of the back to the top of the trapezius. Apply circular, simultaneous strokes toward the outer sides of the body. Move the compress up and slide it toward one arm and then the other. This technique is very pleasant for the client and allows you to remove any excess oil on their skin. Now dry off the client's back with a dry towel. Remove the stones placed on the soles of the feet, under the heels, and in the palms of the hands. Remove one small stone from the heating device and one small stone from the ice bucket. Hold one in each hand and apply alternating hot and cold feather strokes to neck and face. Remove 2 small stones from the ice bucket. Dry them off and place them on the occipital base after letting your client know that he or she will feel a cold sensation. Remove 2 mini stones from the ice bucket. Apply a dry compress to each eye and place 1 mini stone at the center of each compress. Remove 2 medium stones from the ice bucket. Take 1 stone in each hand to cool the hands. Then place the stones on the table. With cooled hands, apply circular compressions to the décolleté from the center toward the outside of the arms, asking the client to breathe regularly. Take up the stones again and apply the same pressure. Place a large drop of Phyto 152 with rosemary essential oils in your hands. Glide hands very gently and symmetrically over the client's neck and face, asking the client to breathe in deeply. Remove stones and compresses from eyes. Sweep the same stones symmetrically around the eyes, ending with light pressure applied to the temples. Work up to the space between the eyebrows and up to the hairline. Work along the hairline to behind the ears and the nape of the neck, continuing along the trapezius until you reach the outer arms. Ask the client to breathe deeply and accompany the client's breathing with a wave stomach massage. Ask the client to stretch several times from feet to head. Remove the 2 small stones from the occipital base and help the client to sit up with legs hanging off the chair. Take 2 cold medium stones. Apply alternating, sliding, slanting movements from the nape of the neck to the waist, one side after the other, beginning with the left side. Take 2 cold medium stones. Using the same stones, apply symmetric circular pressure on each side, from the 7th cervical to the outer arm, working along the top of the trapezius. Finish with a simultaneous gliding movement in a pine tree shape down to the waist. Ask your client to lie down once again. Offer a glass of water or some herbal tea. Soak a wipe in cool water containing a few drops of émulsion concentrée. Wring dry before placing on client's forehead. The Aroma stone massage is now finished. The synergy of hot and cold stones and massage and essential oils has fulfilled its aim. Tensions have slipped away, energy is restored, your client feels recentered, balanced, and in top form.